No brothers or sisters. Parents dead. You attended university on scholarship where you studied nuclear engineering. It was there the Iranian government recruited you into their ranks. They wanted your help in their clandestine efforts to build a bomb. The bomb. Grafton set down the tablet. Any of this sound familiar? For what seemed an eternity, Angel and Grafton had themselves an old-fashioned staring contest, dead eyes drilling into inscrutable ones. The strain in the air was palpable. It took every ounce of willpower Sonya possessed not to fidget. After fretting with the button on her blouse, adjusting it just so, she linked her hands behind her back. Squeezing her fingers together, she pushed the tension in her shoulders down into her palms where it could remain hidden. 5 seconds became 15. 15 stretched into 30. She didn't dare breathe. Or scratch her nose, which, proving the universe was a twisted piece of shiza, had begun itching. To her surprise, Grafton was the first to look away. He glanced at the tablet on his desk and continued to paraphrase the information on the screen. But instead of helping your motherland become a nuclear power, you fell in with the Israeli Mossad, Iran's sworn enemy. At mention of Israel's spy organization, she winced. Luckily, neither Grafton nor Angel noticed. And during your 5 years working as a double agent inside Iran, Grafton continued, lifting a finger, you infected the computers controlling their centrifuges with the perfidious Stuxnet virus, voiding the viability of their products. Up went a second finger. You personally assassinated 2 Iranian scientists charged with miniaturizing warheads to fit on intercontinental ballistic missiles. A third finger joined the first 2. And you rigged an explosion at a secret missile base in Tehran, killing 36 Revolutionary Guards and reducing Iran's stockpile of long-range Shahab rockets to a mound of twisted steel and rubble. Grafton once again steepled his knobby-knuckled fingers under his chin. But that time your cover was blown, yeah? Too many things added up for the Iranians, and all of them pointed to you. Now... Grafton narrowed his eyes. The flames in the fireplace cast dancing shadows across his dark complexion. It was August, but the Cornish coast was cool and damp, and the best way to combat both in the drafty old manor house was with a constantly crackling fire. This is the bit where it gets really interesting. Somehow, the Mossad was able to spirit you out of Iran. You fled to Europe, where a talented plastic surgeon took this face. Grafton swiped through documents until he stopped on a photograph. He lifted the tablet and angled it toward Angel. And turned it into that face. He pointed a finger between Angel's hell-black eyes. Still nothing from Angel. Not a twitch of his lips. Not a flick of his eyelashes. The stranger who had appeared at Grafton Manor like a puff of dark smoke, all intangible and foreboding, was either very, very good, or he wasn't who Grafton thought he was. Sonya would be shocked if it was the latter. Grafton didn't make mistakes. At least, he didn't make them often. He hired me, didn't he? She thought, determined to make that the biggest mistake of his life. When Grafton laid the tablet atop the desk, she glanced at the picture on the screen and nearly swallowed her tongue. She must have betrayed herself with a noise because Grafton glanced at her, brow furrowed. What? He saw the direction of her stare and turned back to the photograph. Haven't you seen a photo of the Prince of Shadows before? Surely you came across one during your previous career. No, she shook her head. As the nickname suggests, his identity was always cloaked in darkness. Ah, well then, I'm fortunate to have this one, aren't I? Perhaps I should give Benton that raise he's been on about for the last few months. Grafton smiled when he referred to the young computer hacker he kept in his employ. Sonya barely heard him. She was too engrossed in studying the picture on the tablet. Grafton looked from her to the tablet and back again. Still, you do seem to recognize him. No, she shook her head. The subtle quirk of Grafton's right eyebrow said he wasn't satisfied with her monosyllabic answer. Taking a deep breath, she tried not to choke on the smell of his woodsy cologne.